Hey there. Happy Wednesday. This is Rena, and I am going live today, opening up my Agellum store. I am expecting a guest, so I'm waiting for her to come on. We talked a little bit earlier today. Her name is Melissa, and I'm excited to have her on. So if you are catching this live, please comment. Let me know where you're from or where you're watching from or anything. Just say hi. And if you're catching the replay, please just comment hashtag replay. And again, let me know where you're from. Let me know how you found me. Hey, Bobby. We've got to set up yours too, Bobby. We're gonna do a live together as well. So hang on. Hey, Leroy. Nice to see you. I've been doing these lives just while I wait for Melissa to come on. To open up my Agellum store. And, you know, I talked about how I was in retail early on in my career for quite a while. And I loved it, absolutely loved it. I then went into wholesale. Oh, here she is. Hang on one second. Here she comes.
Hey, there we go.
How are you? Woo. Okay, like backing up here a little bit.
Make sure you can
How
hear
are
me.
you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, good. I was just commenting, Melissa, that I was going to have a special guest
Oh,
and that you were going to be getting on with me and about how I had started in retail. You know, we started talking about this as we got to know each other a little bit earlier and how much I loved retail when I was in retail. Hey, Lisa.
Yes.
And this is my way of opening up my store to all my, you know, Facebook friends and doing this online retail thing. So Melissa, tell me a little bit about you and, you know, how you're connected with Agellum and so that everybody can know who you are.
Alrighty.
Go ahead.
My name is Melissa Unger, and I live in northeastern New Mexico. I like to say upstate New Mexico because we're about 20 minutes from the Colorado border, and actually about 15 minutes. It doesn't take long, but you go up the pass in this mountain pass, and it's a beautiful drive. So we're located there, and I've been here since 1998 with a 3-year excursion to Colorado, and then got back, and so we're back here.
Wow.
Let's see, I have 4 kids. I personally have 1 grandchild. My husband, he has 2 grandchildren and a couple more on the way. And so we have a fun blended family, and we just enjoy life and do a lot of cool things. I was working at a bank and working in the loan department, and then Agellum started surfacing on my feed, and I was like, I wonder what that's about. And I used to sell Nerium way back in the day, like 8 years ago or so. And so I'm very familiar with Nerium, and so it was really neat to see how this was coming about and how this company was coming about. And so I was very hesitant for a while, and it kept like nagging at me, you know, just that little voice in the back of your head, you know.
Sure.
So I ended up joining, and it's been amazing. It's been so fun watching this company build from ground zero on up, and to be in on that and just see all of the products that are that they're coming out with, and just the amazing skincare and everything. You know, it's just been such a remarkable year. So that's pretty much how I've been in with it now about a year or so, and I came in when it was first in subscriptions. Whoops. And now
I'm trying to put my AirPods in, but it's not working.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you okay. I was thinking that my sound might be better, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes. So you have been, you know, since I started doing these lives, I am thrilled. You know, you've been so supportive and commenting and being positive with me. And I so appreciate that. And I've been talking a little bit about how it's hard to know who's watching, right? And how to do this online retail. And so that was one of the ways we got connected.
Yes.
Even though we both do Agellum, right? We're doing it in, we're not connected in any other way other than knowing each other from being leaders in the company.
Yeah.
And so, but one of the things that, and that's actually what we want to talk about, right? Is this online retail and why is it, what is it? Because what I have found, and I know we talked about this earlier, right? So tell me what you think about this. So, but one of the things that, and that's actually what we want to talk about, right? Is this online retail and why is it, what is it? Because what I have found, and I know we talked about this earlier, right? So tell me what you think about this. Like the only business, when you do an online business, I find that you fall into two categories. You either are direct sales MLM companies, or you're actually a personal business, right? Like there's people who are making cakes or creating baby clothing or jewelry. So it's actually, inventory. My niece started an earring, she started doing earrings and creating them and crafting, and beautiful, right? Candles, there's all different things that people are trying to have their own businesses. But if it's a company, right? Like Agellum's a company, and there's only MLM companies, there's not like Bloomingdale's or is online, right? And I'm gonna close the store. And so I kind of struggle. I was struggling for a little bit, and I think about this often. How do I do online retail? Because this is like Bloomingdale's, right? It's like Costco, what Agellum has. It's unique, but it's online. It's not Bloomingdale's and it's not Costco, right? So we're 100% online.
Exactly.
And we are called social advertisers, which nobody really has heard that term before. But it is a pretty fitting term, right? We get the whole idea of this is having a store, opening your doors. It's completely online. It's direct to consumer. We've cut out the costs of the middleman of the brick and mortar.
Right.
But there's no, it's not a direct sales, not MLM. We're not going to ask you to join our business. We don't have to PV qualify. I know Doug did a live and and he was very clear that that's really the component, right? Is the PV or QV or whatever they call it, that you have to pay to play, right? You have to be at a certain PV. And anyway, those of you who know what I'm talking about know that that's really where it gets strange. And the thing that is, so for us and our situation, it is that everybody we talk to has that in their head. Oh, well, this must be one of those, and we want to talk about no stress, right? So tell me what you think about all this.
I come from previous MLM companies, and so it was confusing when you got into the PVs and just everything, and the end of the month, like, oh gosh, you got to be up till midnight to try to rank up and this kind of thing, and then you'd start over the next month, and it was just like, so it was exhausting, and this has been such a breath of fresh air, because this has been, I tell people, I said, I have my own skincare company. This is my skincare company. I don't have to try to recruit you. We have great deals, and you don't have to leave your home. You don't have to walk into a store and try to go find what you're looking for. And you have that one-on-one personal consultant, who can help you.
I just saw my,
so
keep going. I just saw my sister Sharon join
cool.
in. Hi, Sharon.
And and it's just been so much more relaxed, so much more just no pressure, and just to me it adds so much more fun, because I don't have the pressure. I don't have the looming cloud over my head saying you have to do this.
The PV thing. Yeah. So as far as customers, because we could talk about that, but I really, I want to talk about what we have, right? So we are Agellum, and we opened a little over a year ago, right? July. What makes you want to open a store? Because one of the things we talked about, right? I wanted to have you come on because you were like, I really want to go live too. I want to do a live store like how you're doing.
Yeah.
And I highly recommend it because I have had great feedback. Okay. And I love that you're able to speak into, the camera. You've done that for other things that you've done in your life, just like me. And so tell me why you think that that's going to be an important component for you being the social advertiser for your Agellum store.
Because I live in a very small town, and this way I have outreach to the world basically. And so when you go live, you are able to connect with people in a different way. You're able to explain exactly what you have. It's just a personal touch, and they can see your face and the comments and all the encouragement that you get from that. And for me, it's bringing the reality of it to everybody's faces, to look,
that is what I am finding is the most important thing. I mean, yes, we have a beautiful new digital catalog, right? It's going to show you the products. It's amazing, gorgeous. The products themselves are fabulous. 58 products I think we have.
Crazy.
But the confidence to give people the confidence to make that free account. I pulled out some of my props here, right? I've shown this. When they open the website, we want them to do this, right?
Yes.
Create a free account. But to get your friends, all your friends, to do this, we have to explain to them.
Right.
Because all they've ever had was other friends who have tried businesses that have been in mostly MLM businesses, and it hasn't gone well.
Right.
For whatever, either as a customer or because of the experience, or if they ended up joining the business, it's kind of taken a negative spin. And so people are wary, and I definitely got that. I was telling you earlier, right? I've got some of my best friends, literally my best friends, who, even though I've been doing this for a year, they have not signed up to get their free account because, and I totally don't hold it against them. It's because they just think Rena's lost her mind and she's gone to an MLM, and they've burned enough bridges to not want to do that with me. And so they're just, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to buy because I don't want to get involved in that. And in doing these lives, I mean, and that's honestly one of the things I want to talk about. Hey, Fabian, oh my gosh, I'm coming to Hawaii in November, Fabian. I hope we can get together. He's one of my friends who plays music, and we have such a great time.
Can I sneak into your bag?
It's one of the Hawaii lifestyle things. I know. So, but just to stay on track, right? It's very. I was the same way. So before I became the online retailer, I was the same way. I'd be like, listen, I just don't do the whole company thing.
Right.
And I don't want my own business. I used to say, I am busy with my job, and when my job from 9 to 5 is done, I want to be done. I don't want to have a business,
Right.
And in my head, back of my head, it was because I knew it was some sort of pyramid scheme, and as much as I love my friend, it just wasn't something I wanted to be involved in, So I feel that's how my friends are, and I totally get it. But now I get to do this because, and that's one of the reasons for doing this, is to say, listen, I have not lost my mind. Actually, this is a really amazing, unique situation. Agellum is part of the anti-MLM movement. It's a store, and the deals are fabulous. And the price point is fabulous. They have figured it out.
Absolutely.
Right? And it's the most exciting thing. And to prove that, I don't know about, tell me, do you have your other family members, or have you had support different from when you were in MLM?
A little bit, but because they were used to me being in an MLM, they're having a hard time understanding this is different.
You're still fighting that battle. I hear you. I hear you.
Yes.
So I had just a really short stint, and then we switched into Agellum, which I'm so lucky. But yes, I have like but I kind of went through it myself, but then once I talked about it really to my family, I've got my 3 sisters, all my kids, my nieces, my nephews, my sister-in-laws, my cousins, because they got to see that it's really just a store. It's really just great product that you can get with a great deal.
Sure.
And so that meant so much to me.
Yeah.
It just meant so much to me, because I was like, okay, I am seeing this business model correctly, and I'm not being manipulated. And it really is something that stands with integrity. And I love that. And they're loving the product. So
it's a win-win.
It's amazing. So for you talked about, you have quite a lot of young moms. So tell me about that.
Yes. Well, I was a single mom at one point with 4 kids, and and it was really hard I was going to school full-time, working full-time. The oldest is 10 years older than the youngest, so it was quite a span, with the kids. And to have something like this back then would have been the answer to my prayers. It would have been perfect. And so, and you don't have a lot of time when you're, each kid is at a different point. You have to be a different mom for each kid, because they're all going through different things. And so the time factor, it's very minimal. And to have something like this would have been perfect, to where, I mean, you have the results just on your face. It's easy to talk about. It saves time in so many aspects.
So you're talking about as a business, right?
Business,
like if they join as a business partner. But and so what I can tell you from my point of view is, as customer, because I think of my customers, and I have 20-year-olds. I have my kids, my 23, from 20, 23, 27, and 26 and 27. And then I have that range, and all their friends, and then I have the 30-year-olds who are young families, right? Like my niece, has 1 baby, 1 on the way, and then all her friends are kind of at that level. And then my other niece is 40, just turned 40, and has, like you saying, teenager kids, and so her kids are also, so she has the teenagers. And what they all love is that this is so easy. And it's because there's integrity. They know that, like, okay, so the 20-year-olds, 20-year-olds are like my kids, they're busy with their careers. They like all the social media stuff. So they see all these other brands and the hype, but the dollar amount, they're young, right? So they're trying to, and so for this, because they know that this is great products at a great price, it works for them.
Right.
Simple, easy. My daughter just she reposted the catalog thing and said,
oh, wow,
something like, "Thank you to the skincare gods for making it so I never have to wear liquid foundation again." Because the other thing is that they're inundated with the social media of what you need to look like, and filters, and now she doesn't need a filter, which is great. The 30-year-olds are with young families. And even the 40-year-olds, right? When you have kids and teenagers, like you're talking about, who's got time? I hear them, they tell me all the time, I don't have time to be thinking about myself. And all of their friends say the same thing, right? I always put myself last. But with Agellum, you can, because it's in your budget, because you have a family and it fits into the budget, because it's any 4 products for $80, right?
Right.
Now they don't have to go down the beauty aisle. They know that it's coming to their house. They can just quick order online, and their skin is improving, and they can then worry about soccer practice and cooking dinner and making everything else is okay. So they don't have to
think about all the different advertisements. Oh, this is going to change this, or this is going to change this. The one single, I pulled these out because they come in aromas, right? We talked about these. So
yeah, I love those.
I pulled all the aromas out. Okay. So all the aromas, because we make it fun, right? For the consumer,
yes.
and especially I mean, not really just the young ones. I think all women, you know, it's a fragrance experience, yes. Very light, definitely goes with the night cream, right? But it's a one time, you know. And my other niece, you know, she posts all the time. She goes, I fall asleep with my kids all the time. But you know what? As long as she gets her Narium on once a night, she's seeing her skin improve.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Right? And so you don't have to think about it. So yes. And obviously older, I'm 56, you know, my mom is 85. My mother-in-law is late 70s. The results they are getting are the ones that really, you know, I've shown them in my previous lives, you know, some of that I've talked about.
I love seeing those. Yeah.
They're, you know, it's great. And what's nice is that it gives all of us hope that we're not going to ever have to deal with the jowls and the, you know, really deep, dark, you know, circles and lines and things like that, which my mom has, but now, you know, has reversed, which is amazing. So you know that it's good products, and that's what's great. And because it's easy, it's nice, right?
It's a life simplifier.
Yeah, I love that.
Really. It's a life simplifier. It just simplifies life. And, you know, yeah, like you said, you're not worried about going to the store and trying to make time to get down the makeup aisle and try to find what you're looking for. You don't have to worry about it. You know?
And oh, let me just try this.
Yeah.
And let me just try that. Like, this is like, you can try everything. I talk about, I'm going to show this thing too, Melissa.
I love that.
This is the, you know, right? I talked about all these standards. So these are the things that make it where you can depend on what these products are, and that the curated, so we mentioned like we've got a breadth of product, 58 products, but the reality is also, I feel like we have a very curated line. It's only things that are already in the market that people already want. So all the other companies are like advertising for us, right?
Oh, they really are.
Like, all the companies that advertise about 24 karat gold mask and how fabulous it is, and it's a great mineral, whatever. And it is.
Yes, I can attest.
And they advertise for us.
It's my favorite.
Yes. And then we can say, well, yeah, but check Agellum first, because you can get it in the pick for $20.
Right.
You know, and so the curated items that we have, 6 masks, you know, 2 cleansers, although one has, you know, variation for dry skin, oily, or combination. Couple of body scrubs, only the best, only the ones that we know people want, right? Yeah. Collagen, obviously,
huge.
And yeah, so not so broad that you have to kind of like, oh my gosh, you know, what's the right thing? Exactly. And okay, so that's really, you know, what we want to talk about. I wanted to just show, here. So I know that we will do more lives, and maybe we'll plan another one. But I really hope you share this, and I hope that other people share this, because, and I thought that was unique also as a social advertiser, right? Like, not everybody is like you and I, where we can talk on camera and be okay with that. In this case, I hope any of my fellow social advertisers out there, go ahead and share this, because we, you know, everybody connects personally to you, right? So you don't have to worry about anything else right here. You give them your link and tell them to create a free account, and then they're connected to you because you do have a personal connection. You're their friend, and this way you can be their personal shopping person. And I know for me, when I was in retail, like, I had so many hundreds of people, you know, who would come because I was nice, and, you know, I was willing to help. And that's exactly how I feel this is. So I'm really hoping, and been little like connecting people to me, so that we can just, you know, have fun together. And then I just wanted to show this too. Right now it's double share and save. So you get 50% credit, and it's unlimited. So anybody who purchases with the $80, you get $40 credit towards yourself. I talked about that on some of my other lives.
That's a phenomenal deal.
But I know
that was amazing when they came out with
that's
that.
another unique thing.
Yes.
What do you tell people about the share and save? Because I've never heard of it from any other company, and that's another thing that I do find is it takes some explanation.
Because what I've come across is some people are afraid that they are signing up to be a rep, and it's like, oh no, you're not. You're enjoying these products, but you're also enjoying these products with your friends because you're gonna, find out how great they work, and you like to share that, just like you do a good movie. And then you get credit for that, and down the road they will too if they do the same thing. And it's just a beautiful thing.
You're so right, because that's right. That's something that when you're in MLM, you always say, oh, well, why don't you give me a list of your friends?
Right. Yeah.
Right. And
yeah.
In this case, I didn't even think of that. But so this is more like everybody shop together. And I have said that, like, I'll help you understand it. But each one uses the other's link because everybody, the average person, I think, spends like $250 a month on about 16 different products, whether it's their hair products, their skin products, their et cetera. And they're going to purchase, 3 to 12 times a year. So this way you get your store credit, 25%, as long as they're connected to you in your account. And we encourage it because that's just one of the Agellum benefits.
Yeah, it's a great perk. It is.
Yeah.
They've thought of everything.
They've thought of
everything.
It really is. They have thought of everything. Yeah. But I'm so glad you mentioned that, how it can be mistaken to be like, oh no, she's just trying to get me in. And I love that it is a customer benefit. And everybody gets it.
Exactly.
So. Anything else you want to talk about today? I try to keep these kind of short,
right?
Because attention span is only this thing,
right?
But
people are busy.
Yeah, people are busy. So please comment. Anybody who's watching, catching it on the replay. Melissa, any last words to our fans out there?
Fans. I love our fans. It's just, if you haven't tried this yet, we just highly recommend that you do. You are going to experience a euphoria for your face and a euphoria for your pocketbook. It's just amazing how so much can be wrapped up into one company. And so we just want you to look good and feel good, and we love you.
Amen. Yes, don't look in the mirror every day and stress about those hereditary things,
right?
Or just the little things, because it can get better. So, all right. Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you so much.
Having you, and I can't wait to watch your lives.
It'll be soon.
I appreciate you watching mine and commenting. So, take care, guys.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Thanks, Rena. You're the best.
Bye.